To my family, we're all immortal as long as our stories are told. When we connect with our ancestors and put their wisdom into action, we are evolving our collective consciousness. We are transporting the ancient truths of our collective past and birthing them into our future.
My name's Carmen. I am Sarah's sister. I'm her younger sister. Troublemaker.
Going from childhood, let's start off with what you remember first. Like, what are your best memories of mom?
Okay. That's pretty easy. I think any of our camping trips, I think, were my favorite. Yeah, like making like s'mores and stuff and feeding the raccoons. I think there was one time.
The white raccoon?
Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah. It was like ginger and white. I remember that. What else? Being at the beach, I think that's a big one, right? Like going to like fishing, crabbing,
digging for clams,
digging for anything seafood. Yeah, so I have a love for seafood, probably because of mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the big things, like baking, stuff like that. It was like very like loving and like was really good at doing like small things and making it really fun.
For the good memories of mom, where do you think in your mind and your thought did it become hard kind of in our childhood growing up with mom?
Yeah, I feel like I was lucky in the sense that I had a really good like imagination, like you said, so I like kept myself busy and I had you there. So I think a lot of the times I was like distracted from what was going on.
Yeah.
I think when I look back, it's just more her being there and being available to us. So when I look back, I'm like, I don't have a lot of memories of like her being there. It's just like certain events, like definitely like camping and stuff like we mentioned before. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. But I don't remember much about
feel that you dealt with that emotion with mom and then coming into an adult.
Yeah.
How do you think you handled that becoming a woman of your own, obviously?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't really think I did deal with it. Yeah, when I was younger, I just pretended it didn't happen.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm like, didn't happen. It's not a big deal. Just kind of like shoved it away. Yeah. Of course, I was sad sometimes because I missed her. And then in like early adulthood, I think I noticed it with like impacting my like intimate relationships. So like not being available to partners, not knowing how to feel safe in relationships.
Yeah.
And then recently in the last say 5-6 years, I've done a lot of counseling to actually grieve her properly.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did until recently.
Learning that about mom, does it make you feel differently about me, like growing up, now that you have kind of a different perspective on some of the truths that were kind of kept to protect?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it makes me extremely grateful that you were in my life. I mean, I always was. It's not like that's a new thing, but just feeling really grateful that I had you there. Just feeling really like honored, you know, that we have this relationship, and yeah, just feeling a lot of gratitude.
Yeah. And so I guess what we can take from it is mom did something. So the way I look at it for mom in remembering mom, right?
Yeah.
She gave me you. So that gave me the light, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll remember that.
Yeah. You were my protector and I was your light. Yeah.
Because if I didn't have you, I can't imagine the difference of the upbringing that would have happened in that time. So I think in us remembering mom, I think we can say she did give us strength to be able to, you know, get where we are in life today as women, regardless of her struggles. I guess my biggest question to you through your childhood, when you were with mom, what is the best thing you can take with you?
I think, you know, despite a lot of mom's flaws, she was very like gregarious, very loving, big personality, big laugh, big smile, big presence. She also had a
Yeah.
of course there was like the bad side, but she was the light for a long time.
Yeah.
And she made me appreciate the small things in life. Like, I'm not really impressed by materialistic stuff.
Yes.
Like, I'm really love people that are like connected to nature and like the small stuff, and like, it doesn't take much to be happy. And like, I think that was very much reflected in her childhood. If I was to speak freely just about what I'm feeling, funny because you're like feeling so many things. You're like, fuck. I think I'm really mad at mom, and I'm really like grieving what we learned recently. I don't know what to do with it. If she was here, I would tell her off.
Yeah, I got that opportunity and you didn't. So
yeah, I think that's the thing that I actually hate is that I didn't get to have an adult conversation with her. It's just a very young interaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I guess 13 would be like the oldest I was, but even then she was not in any condition to have a conversation with me. So yeah.
So if she was here today, what do you think you would say to
All right, now I really what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Or fuck you for putting us through all this. Like, fuck you for like continually putting us in danger. Like, we didn't fucking deserve that. We didn't deserve that. And I to the night and day we were taken away.
Yeah.
And just sort of explain what happened and how that felt for you and how it was handled.
It was traumatic. It's one of the most traumatic things I think about in our childhood, because that's when strangers literally came in and separated the only thing I had pure and great in my life, which was you. So when they took you, I was left with nothing. That was really hard for me. And then I saw, the social worker put his hand over your mouth to have you stop screaming. So to me, that's like trauma alert, right? I have to save my sister. So of course I'm swinging.
Yeah.
Get your hand off my sister's mouth. Like, who are you? They didn't even identify themselves properly. So I think the whole thing, from waking us up, dramatically ripping us out of our bed, taking us down the stairs, and not even explaining what's going on till we get down there, and then having grandma in the car, was absolutely the wrong way for that situation to happen.
Definitely, yeah.
You and I would have definitely been a lot better if someone had sat down and, hey guys, don't get scared. This is who I am. I'm here because your grandma. They could have brought grandma in.
Exactly.
Yeah. They left trauma with both of us for the rest of our life. 100%.
Going to the police station the night before, and that was pretty scary. Because the police were like at our back patio, and we're just like, what the hell is going on? I remember seeing mom in her room, like crying and being like disheveled.
Yeah.
And then I think we were left at home, and then in the morning, we're taken. And the only piece that's like burned in my mind is like driving away and you're running after the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on?
You were in the back banging, and I was just chasing that car.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I could. So that's probably the worst trauma. And I mean, we've been through a lot, but that was the worst.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Seeing your face, like, that's etched in my mind. Like, oh my God, where are they taking her?
Yeah.
Even if it was someone safe, they could have just put us at ease by showing, okay, this is what we're here to help you with.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't handled well at all.